Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate all of you guys being here with me today. My name is Shalise. I'm a mother, a wife, worker bee, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. But I also am passionate about investing in wealth building and getting my family of 5 to financial freedom, financial independence, early retirement, all of that good stuff. I am not a financial advisor or a fiduciary. However, I do show our real numbers and I share it from a perspective of a normal person going through this process, through the trenches, the market ups and the market downs, all of the good and the bad and the ugly, to show you guys when you are consistent, it does work. Now we are on year 9 of this. I am 39 years old. So yes, we started quote unquote late, but again, we started and we are hoping to motivate and inspire as many of you to get started on your own journey as well. So we're almost at 15,000 subscribers. Make sure you smash that like button, give me a like, and leave me a comment down below. So we're going to be talking about starting from zero. I got a couple of questions about this and I said, let me make a video about it. If you're starting from zero, right? You say, you know what, I'm starting later, or maybe you're 21 or your early 20s and you want to just start. There's a lot of content out there about investing in wealth building that, is leaving a lot of you confused. You don't know if you want to trade stocks or invest in stocks. You don't know how to get started. And so you asked me and I made a video. I'm making a video about it. As always, I am sharing what we went through on this journey. Like I said, I'm sharing from a perspective of going through this in real time. And these are some of the things that worked for us when you're starting brand spanking new. So let's just get right started on this. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, let me move my face. The first thing you want to do, and I am like dead serious with this. Okay. This is why I have this as number 1. The first thing you want to do is replace guilt and doubt. Okay. You got to replace those negative emotions, that negative mindset, with a positive one. You got to replace I can't with I can. And let me tell you, we've all made mistakes with money. Like I said, I started at 30. I'm 39. This has been 9 years on this journey. Spent my whole 20s, a whole decade, wasting money, overspending, overdrafting, just not being responsible at all. And one of the things that I learned through counseling is that you have to let it go. You have to forgive yourself and you have to let it go. A lot of times people never are able to realize their financial goals because they're still carrying a lot of this guilt and a lot of the doubt and a lot of the mistakes that they made with them. So you have to let it go. You have to tell yourself, there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot go back in my 20s. I wish I could. I cannot go back and change anything that I did. You have to learn from those mistakes and move forward. Okay. You also have to replace it with doubt. Yes, is investing, a lot to understand and learn? It is. But there's channels like myself, there's channels like Smart Money Bro, there's channels like Uncle Larry that really try to make this as easy and realistic as possible. Because again, like I said, I understand, that feeling of not thinking you can. I didn't know anyone who invested in stocks. I come from poverty, the ghetto, the hood, and, I was able to reteach myself. My husband and I are self-taught. Okay. There's YouTube University. There's Google. Use these resources at your disposal to help you to get over those negative emotions. And it's okay to let it go and replacing it with this idea like I can do this. I believe that I can do this. I have faith that I can start investing, be consistent, and it will work. One reason why I'm always talking about Warren Buffett is because he literally preached the same message. And keep in mind, Warren Buffett is not a licensed financial advisor. He is an investor. But every interview you watch of him, the message is always the same. Temperament. It is temperament. It is consistency. It is time. When you give yourselves those things, investing always works. And never compare yourself. Let me tell you, there's going to always be reasons to compare yourself on any journey. We're not even talking about finances. If you are on a weight loss journey, you lose 20 pounds, you're so excited, you're so happy, and then somebody else lost 30. So now you're defeated. Never ever compare yourself to where somebody is, and don't talk down other people's journey either. Like when I first started, there were people who were able to invest $1,000. And at first I had like some negative thoughts about that. And I was like, wait a minute, they are sacrificing and budgeting and putting money in, those big chunks of money in, and that's great for them. What can I take out that I can apply to me? Not the money aspect. And I took away that they were consistent, that they had multiple sources of income, that they paid off their debt. And I did the same thing. And now I'm able to invest that much money a month. And to all of you who are getting started, do the same thing. Take the golden nuggets, the consistency, the paying off debt, the budgeting, the networking to get a higher salary, and then you can say, you know what, now I can invest more as well. But never ever compare yourself to anyone else, because let me tell you, it doesn't end. You'll get $1 million and there's going to be someone else with $1 million, And I learned from Warren Buffett that I may never have billions and billions of dollars, but if I take what he says and apply it in terms of temperament, investing when the market is red, not paying attention to all of the hectic things that are going on, staying in my lane when it comes to investing versus trading, because I'm just not good at trading, all of that good stuff, it always works. So never ever compare your journey to someone else's. That's the first point. I wanted to spend some time on that because that's something that, I struggled with as well. The next thing we're going to talk about is making a budget. So again, remember, I have not even talked about a single stock. I have not talked about a single investment account. We are really covering the ground here, okay? So making a budget is so important, because let me tell you, sorry guys, my phone was ringing. I thought that was an emergency. My dad's in the hospital, so I'm sorry guys. So picking back up where we left off. So making a budget. You cannot invest, you cannot build wealth, you cannot do any of that stuff if you don't have a budget, okay? Your budget is telling you where your money is going, what money is coming in, is telling you, it's giving you permission. It's actually, let me tell you, your budget is your biggest cheerleader. I know a lot of us, and I used to think this, that your budget was restrictive, but your budget actually is cheering you on. You have to trust your budget. You spent time putting it together. You spent time going through your numbers. Trust your budget. You have to make a budget, because how do you know, okay, I'm able to max out my Roth IRA, or maybe you're not able to max it out. Maybe you can just put half of it in, but you wouldn't even know that if you didn't invest. And let me tell you, if you didn't make a budget, and let me tell you guys, there have been many years I had no idea how much my husband and I made. Now, we live in the same house, we've been married a long time, and just not on the same page. Like, I had no idea how much we collectively brought in together until we started having these conversations all those years ago. And so you want to make a budget. You need to know how much money you have coming in. You need to know how much is going out. You also should be making a plan for your high interest debt. And I say high interest debt on purpose. I'm talking 20%, 15% and higher. You need to be trying to figure out a plan to pay that off. And you also need to work on your emergency fund. And let me tell you, you can do all of this at the same time. You don't have to stop investing to just save up in a savings account. You don't have to stop saving in order to invest. You can do all of these things collectively at the same time. That is what we did, right? You can do all of these things together, but you need to make a budget so you know, like, okay, my money is supposed to go here. This is how much I have. This is how much I don't have. I have to do a no spend. I need to cut back on eating out or whatever it is. Make a budget, because you can't plan where to go if you don't even know where you start at, okay? So you want to make a budget. Next point, let's come down, is you have to make the time to learn about financial literacy. Now, let me tell you, I get it about being busy. Like I said, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, a worker bee, MT. This is in addition to all of the activities my kids have going on, managing a household, paying all the bills and managing the finances. And this is my husband, working with me together, but we're busy. I get it about being busy. I get it about not having enough hours in the day. Look, again, you're preaching to the choir, okay? I get it. But we still have to find a way to, do something to help us to get ahead. Because if we don't find a way, we're going to get left behind. You see inflation, you see like the rich getting richer. And again, access to knowledge has never been easier nowadays. And let me tell you one thing that I did that helped me. I realized after going through my calendar that I had like an hour or two at night, once everybody or the kids are settled, after dinner, all that good stuff, where I would take the time to just like watch an episode of like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? Nene and all them, I would watch that. And I realized in that same amount of time, I could be spending at least 30 minutes watching an interview by Warren Buffett. I could be on YouTube watching a tutorial on how to open up and invest in a Roth IRA, because there's hundreds of videos that give you tutorials on how to do that. That time that I had, yes, it was minimal, but a couple times a week I could take 30 minutes and learn about something new, learn about what index funds were, learn about how to invest for my children, learn about, the different ways to get to wealth, read the books. Let me tell you, audiobooks in the car while picking up the kids from school is a godsend, because I don't have to read anything. I can listen to it, the audiobooks. And again, I'm educating myself. I'm expanding my financial literacy. So you have to make the time for this. Again, this is someone speaking who is busy. I get it about being busy, but finding the time a couple nights a week, right? A couple nights a week, 30 minutes, going online or reading a book or going through your budget, all those things is going to help you to get ahead when it comes to planning for retirement, investing from zero, all that good stuff. And remember, I didn't even say anything about stock yet. Covering the foundation, covering the ground first, okay? Let's come down and let's scroll to see what the next point is. Now, let me tell you about starting slow. When I first started, I jumped in head first. Okay, because again, I was already starting quote unquote late. So I wanted to kind of jump in head first so I can kind of catch up with everybody else. And it was the wrong thing that I did. Why? Because I got burnt out really quickly. Okay. So one of the things you have to do is just start small. You don't want to jump in too fast and then you don't realize like, okay, wait a minute. I need to save more in my emergency fund, or I have this big bill coming. Start small. There's nothing wrong with investing $100 or $50 or $10 or $2. I have videos on this channel where I pull up the actual investment account and I'm investing $2, $5, $10. All of that good stuff, I'm investing that to show you guys that you can invest with fractional shares. Fractional shares is a game changer. Many of you who are starting late, maybe you're on a lower income, maybe you have a higher income, but you have a lot of expenses. You're trying to get out of debt, all of that type of stuff. You can invest with $2. You got $2 left over from groceries. You have a couple dollars left over from date night. You have a couple dollars left over from a bill. You can put that money in Coca-Cola. You can put it in VTI. You can put it in VOO. You can put it in a security. Remember, small amounts add up. Now, I will get comments every now and then about, well, $10 doesn't get you $1 million portfolio. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that when you get in these good, consistent habits, when you do come in contact with a tax refund, when you do come in contact with a bonus or large sums of money, it's already ingrained in your mind. So you're going to automatically put bigger chunks. But if you don't start small and you don't learn how to manage a little, I'm telling you, getting a lot is not going to make a difference, because you're going to have those same bad habits. So start small and build slowly. You guys know I'm always talking about share size goals. Starting with 1, then your next share size goal is 5. Then your next share size goal is 10, and then 25, 50, 75, 100. Because when you start slow and small, you get to have the little victories along the way until you get to your ultimate goal. So fraction of shares is a game changer, I believe anyway, when it comes to investing. Put your $5, your $10, any extra monies you have left over, invest that money. Start slow, start small. Okay, I really want to stress that point, because a lot of people think you have to have large sums of money to invest, and that's not the case at all. And then down here, you see this? Again, this is starting small. This is starting from zero. This is from scratch. I want to make sure that the information I'm presenting is not giving you the impression I gotta like go in full speed. No, you take your time with this, and then you can kind of build up the momentum. But start with the easiest account. I get asked all the time, what account should I have first? The easiest account, in my opinion, is your employer sponsored account. And I realize I have sponsor spelled wrong, but we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. Okay. We're family around here. But the employer sponsored account to me is the easiest. A 401k, a 403, but whatever you have at your job. Okay. That's the easiest, because literally you walk down to HR or your admin department and you tell them, hey, I would like to sign up for the employer retirement plan. They'll get you set up. They'll ask you, how much do you want deducted out of your paychecks? You can tell them. I know some of you put as little as $2,500, $25, $50, $100 into your 401k, because that's all you can do. And I'm telling you guys, we started with $100, $100, started with a 401k. And we just slowly build up until now we're able to max it out. But you slowly build up those good habits, but you don't have to go and try to max it out right away. because sometimes that's not possible. It wasn't possible for us when we first started, but you build up that momentum after a while. And again, the employer sponsored account is the easiest. And if you have a match, that's free money that's at your disposal. Yes, there's vesting schedules, but it's free money at your disposal. So you want to make sure you take advantage of that. Another account that I love is the Roth IRA. Okay, the Roth IRA is tax-free growth. That's tax-free gains. So again, the employer sponsored is pre-tax, so you're saving on taxes at the beginning. But with the Roth, you don't have to pay any tax later, which I think is a great thing. Now, Roths and employer-sponsored accounts have limits that how much you can put into it. So you want to be, aware of that. But I do love the Roth IRA. I think everyone should have one. You can have a Roth IRA if you make a higher income. You have to do it via the backdoor Roth IRA method. Tons of videos here on YouTube about it. And then a taxable account. I love taxable accounts because that's where fractional shares really shine. If you have Fidelity, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Cash App. I mean, come on, Cash App. You can invest with Cash App nowadays. $2, $5, $10. You can put it in there and really you can see the growth happen in real time when you're consistent like that. Okay. So I wanted just to give you 5 starter points. Starter points. If you are a brand spanking new, starting from zero, what you need to be thinking about before you kind of jump into this head first like I did and make a lot of mistakes, okay? Let me show you guys how to invest with $2 real quick before we end the video. So here we are in Robinhood, and I'm going to put $2 in SCHD so you guys can see you can put $2 into a security, okay? So over here it has buy, sell. I'm just going to make sure I have dollars selected, not shares, but dollars. $2 right there. That'll get me 0.02 shares. Review order. Taking a while. Buy. And the order was purchased. You see it right there. $2 worth. Okay. Just bought $2 worth of SCHD. And again, if you're a beginner, I have a beginner investing playlist. Again, how to invest Q&A, build your portfolio, how to find and research stocks, the resources I use for it, how to pay less taxes on your investments. We don't think about taxes in our investments, but again, that's why I have these playlists so that you can go ahead and take a look in some of your downtime. Okay, remember we were talking about making the time for financial literacy. Okay, so this video is a little longer than my usual, but I wanted to kind of give you a really thorough walkthrough with this. Remember, if you want to subscribe, if you want to support the channel, you can do my YouTube membership. That's where I share a lot of the more like behind the scenes. I give a lot of real-time lives so that you can see. And yes, we did put SCHD here inside of the Robinhood. My YouTube membership knew this already because I went live with them when I bought it. But stay tuned for my next video because I'm going to do a Robinhood portfolio update and you're going to see more about SCHD in that video, in this particular Robinhood account. So again, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.